Hi, everyone. Welcome. Wonderful to see you all here today. And if you're in America, well, really, if you're anywhere you are in America, it's like a big weekend, long weekend of Thanksgiving. And then there's what they call Black Friday, and there's sales and everybody buying stuff. and then Saturday and Sunday, I don't know, perhaps laying around from all the shopping. I don't know. But it's called Thanksgiving. And I'm just grateful we're here together. I'm grateful that you're just here and that you're you and being yourself, which is the most important. So let's sit for a little bit in meditation, and then after that, I will talk. So make yourself comfortable in your seat. And just feel the beautiful breath of life entering your precious body, bringing life. Feel how on the in-breath, the air travels in, and on the out-breath, just lets go. Really bring your attention, all of you, in this flow, this natural flowing in of air, filling us up with life, and then the flowing out of air. It's a natural letting go. And just resting your attention in that natural flow. Notice when you're resting your attention, really wholeheartedly resting your attention in that natural flow of the breath, breathing your body. Just notice that a quality of calm starts coming over you, quality of peace. Even when there's busyness in the mind or movement in the emotional body, or some discomfort in your physical body, or perhaps some really goodness in your physical body. No matter what is happening, stay with the breath, breathing your precious body. See if you can do that. And when you get distracted, just kindly just come back to the breath, breathing your body, that flow. Kind of almost you become that flow. You're so intimate with the breath that all there is the flowing of air, of life in, letting go, the out breath. Feeling the underlying silence here. In the midst of any movement. And then see if you can receive what is just underneath the surface. The presence. That what is already still in here. It's you. So any form moving, letting it move as it does. Breath moving our bodies by breathing. And deeper than that, there's something that has no form. It's still, steady presence. Notice how presence is here, everywhere, in and all around your body. And then see if you can be as intimate as you can be with presence. This spacious silence. Let's sit with that for a while. And when you get distracted, it is not a problem. Presence and silence doesn't go anywhere, always here. When our mind wants to go somewhere else, we just bring it back kindly and come back to this spacious, silent presence. Even if you need to do that 20 times, does not matter. receiving a slow, deep breath in. And letting go. And receiving another slow, deep breath in. And letting go. Just feeling yourself sitting here. Let me just check. I need to check the email because Shreya is not here today. Okay. So I just want to announce something that's really exciting for me. I'm going to come to Europe. I just had an interesting experience 2 nights ago. What is it today? Well, it doesn't matter. I think it was 2 nights ago. I awoke in the middle of the night and just with this immense, deep heart wish to go to Europe, and especially first to a group of friends that are meeting every year, the day after Christmas till the day after New Year's. And I'm like, I want to go. and it was just so intense. I had like, where does that come from? Well, let's just sit with it. And it was like, we're going to go. I was like, okay, I get the message. And so this is a gathering. And so I connected with some friends in Germany to ask, one in Germany, one in Holland, when is, can I still join? And they both wrote me back. Oh yeah, it was Wednesday night. They both wrote me back, Marlies, this is the last day you can sign up. You have to sign up right now. So I thought, okay, cool. So together we filled out all the forms and sent it off. And so that was great. And then I'd like, then I come a week earlier, stay a week longer, and just stay in Holland, perhaps offer satsang, and go to England for a week and offer satsang there in a 1-day Way of Woman day in person. And so I will be leaving. I need to book my ticket. I'm planning to book it today. So I will be arriving in Europe like December 11. And then leaving, coming back to America again, January 5. So the plan is to be in the Devon, Totnes area, somewhere around December 17 till the 23rd. And then I will be not doing anything till January 1st. So if I would offer something in Holland, it would be in the first week from the somewhere between the 11th and the 16th, and or after the New Year. So I'm just really happy to announce this, and it just came out of nowhere, as everything comes out of nowhere, and it's been a long time, and yeah, so I'm just excited to go, and I'm still quite surprised. Because even a week ago, a friend had asked me, when are you coming to Holland? I said, well, nothing is moving. So I don't know, don't count on it. And another friend in UK was like, when are you coming? I said, don't count on it. Nothing is moving. I think I don't feel it. And then bam, waking up. It's funny. You probably have those experiences yourself. And it's such a delight when it's so clear. And to really trust the movement. When we are being tapped on the shoulder. Feeling like, ooh, it's really comes from within. We're constantly informed what to do, where to go, and the more we listen to our bodies, the more our bodies will reveal it, or, the form our minds will reveal it. And then it's up to us to listen to that. We have the free choice to listen or not. There's no, but often I think it's better to listen than not. And to me, that is just so beautiful about life, that in a way we can have a sense of what's going to happen or not. But the more we're really, really steeped inside our nature, in and as us, there's just the message becomes clearer and clearer and clearer. That something wants to move, something wants to go, or something like, no, absolutely not. And sometimes it's wobbly, we don't know. It's hard to know. And to me, it's just so precious to let us be informed by our lives. It's up to us. We are receivers. We are like antennas, and we can pick up, thoughts. We can pick up sensations, emotions. We can pick up anything. And it's up to us to sort out, like, what is that natural movement? And sometimes it can be challenging because there can be so many options, or we are so activated that we not quite know, like, oh, what should I do? I don't know. We all know that place. Yeah, I want this, but can I? Yeah. And then daring to sit back. Just daring to sit back. I had the other night, I tend to wake up in the night with ideas, or either wake up with something, oh, I need to sit with it. So I had like some days before that, I woke in the night and there was something that was busy in me. And I was like, oh, I really need to sit with that. So I don't want to go so much into the content here right now. There was something that I felt, I really need to look at this. I need to feel into this. So I first felt it, and then I just hand it over. I know something needs to happen. I just don't know what. So I handed it over. And then I just sat, and just at some point came like deep peace. It was just this deep, deep peace. And I know when there is deep peace, I know something is solved, or healing has happened. That's the peace. That's the natural effect when we dare to sit back, when there's something here that we can feel in our bodies, that we know something needs my attention. So, okay, here it is. I don't have the solution. I fell into it. I looked at it. I don't know. Here it is. I sit back. And I was just sitting, and that deep peace came over me, and I knew it's resolved. It's taken care of. I don't know what it looks like. And I went back to sleep. And then the next day, with my first client, is a lady I've been working with for, I don't know, 17 years or something. And we were just talking, as we do every Tuesday morning. And she answered my question. She said, Marlies, I cannot really say the content because it doesn't feel right to say it. But she said, Marlies, I'm able to do something now that I haven't been able to do for a long time. And please, can you give me this and that information? Then I can take care of some things for you. It's like, okay, thank you. And that was the result. That was the answer to what I needed, even though she didn't know I needed anything. So we never know how the resolve comes. Yeah, we just never know how the resolve comes. And the more we dare to trust, because that's what it takes, trust and believe that your nature takes care of everything. Or if you want to call it God or goddess or pure love, pure being, whatever word you want to label it, which is you. When we dare to trust that, when we dare to rest back in the midst of mayhem, that's challenging because we all have our worries and our questions and wanting. I assume there's nobody here that has never worries. We all have worries. We're humans. We think about things and what shall I do and how can I solve this? And it's good to look at things and then we need to hand it over. At least that's my experience. Play with it. It's very, very powerful to dare to rest back. And then more and more confidence will come in our nature. And sometimes it takes a minute before peace comes over us. Sometimes it takes a day, any amount of time. It takes the time it takes and doesn't mean you need to sit with it all day, but just to know it's working in me. And then perhaps at some other point during the day, take a moment to sit and literally sit back. And it's kind of a waiting for the peace to descend over us, for this pure love that we are to descend over us. We need to give it space. We need to give ourselves space. We need to give all the thoughts, feelings, sensations. They need space too. We need space. And then when you notice like, oh, wow, there's something calm, something just let go. When it's let go here, it's let go everywhere. What it's going to look like, you don't know, unless you get immediately inside, oh, I need to do this, or oh, I need to take that step, or oh, I know something shifted, but I don't really know what to do. Can you trust that? Because in a way, it's trusting the unseen and then waiting till the resolve is demonstrated in our lives, is put into form. Because we're here to express ourselves in form, to express that beauty that we all are, that truly wants to be living to the fullest. We're here for that. That's why you're here, at least in my world. That's why we're here. To wake up to who we really are. And through that, be that light for everybody else. We cannot not be that light. When this wakefulness starts coming in, people are touched just by your presence. They are. It's very, very simple. Life is not so complex. It is complex, made complex by so many human things, right? The thinking, the feeling, and the computers, and God knows what. In one way, we think computer makes things easier, which it does, because we can be here online, which is fantastic. And sometimes make it a little more complex because we get one email and then we go to Facebook and all these things get constantly distracted. And it's like, oh, what was today about? Oh yeah, that was another day of distraction. And so it's so powerful and so natural to rest back in the midst of all of life. And when it's hard to do, call up a friend. Go walk in nature. Sit with your back touching a tree, or hug a tree, or go to a creek, or go to nature. Nature is always here. Steady, 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 steady. Always. It's our home. It's very simple. It's free. It's always here. It doesn't change. And then along the way, we have our aches and our pains and our worries and just life. But you will find the more and more, and I'm sure a lot of you have found that already, more and more you're resting here. More and more the ebb and flows of life, we can let them do what they need to do. It's not about denying them, like, oh, sadness, I don't want to touch that. Even though often the first thing what we do is either I want to push it away or I want to fix it, go and get rid of it. And what, resting back, we've never heard that. I never heard that growing up. Just letting the sadness wash over you, letting the tears wash over you, letting the anger be anger, letting happy be happy. And I know I've spoken about this before. And it will bring so much peace in your life when you start just practicing, playing with resting back. And you notice something is up and you're during the day and you want to keep on doing. It's like, no, I'm just going to sit down. Even if it's like 5 seconds, just going to sit down, take a deep breath, and ask myself, what's awake right now? What is actually still right now? I let these worries and sensations be worries and sensations. They're not good, they're not bad. Our mind puts ideas on it. This is good, this is bad. Oh, I need to go to the internet, search what does it mean when I have, pain in my right ear. Whatever it is, see what it's like not to search, not go out, go in. And the more we go in, and the more that quality of peace starts coming over us with the out breath, the more and more confidence is being built to know, trust that all there is, all that's always taking care of us is this love, is this silent being that we are. It's nature. The trees know we are here. The plants know we are here. The animals, when you have an animal, a cat or a dog or horses or whatever it is, they know you. They see you. You're not alone. This life is so magical. Let it be magical. Sit back to let the magic come to you. And the more you sit back, the more you get informed from within. And then whatever action needs to be taken, you will be informed. Either there's no action or there's action. Yeah? Can you trust that? Can you just trust that? Same when I went back and forth from California to the East Coast, I was like, what's happening here? I never thought ever living on the East Coast. I didn't even think about moving somewhere. So, and then it just started happening. I was invited to come and visit, and then again and again and again. And then at some point I was home and I was like, well, there was no movement. And I was like, after, I think I went 4 times back and forth. And I was like, well, what was that about? And then I just totally let it go and continue living my life in California. And again, as I said, in the night, that's where it happens. In the night, I woke up like, oh my God, I'm going to Tennessee. Uh-oh. Okay. I got the mess. It just comes to us. It's an other training than we get in school. It's a totally different training. We're untrained to trust ourselves. We truly, and especially, it's good to practice it with just little things. I remember Bear Long, one of my teachers, he would say, play with while you're riding your bicycle or driving your car. Just let your steering wheel show you where you're going when you go from A to B. Just play with it. Let your body show. So it's a very simple thing to play with that has no intensity to it, like, oh, I need to figure out this one problem right now. So when you start playing with that, like, oh, okay, you need to take this exit. Yeah. It's fun to play with that. And then when something else comes up that needs a little bit more attention, or perhaps we are more affected in our humanity about it, then it gets easier to say, oh, okay, I just wait for a moment here. This is what's here, whatever the upset is, or the joy or the pain is. And then something happens and you start moving with it. All it takes is to be still, to stop, be still, and rest back. Acknowledge all the parts that are here, and then rest back. Watch the show, you know. We all have our show. I have the Marlies show. And so that show happens, and then rest back. And, okay. That's good. Either an insight comes immediately or somewhere during the day. It takes trust to trust the unseen, to trust the sensation in your body that's the expression of the unseen. It takes trust. And unlearning to trust upstairs, but really trust downstairs. Your body knows. So I think this is what I want to say for now. I want to open it up for any questions you might have or anything you want to share, anything. So just unmute yourself or Sabine.
Hi, Marlies.
Hi, Sabine.
And everybody else. I have to see. Oh, I have to change something in my settings for the camera, so that I have to leave the meeting. Is it okay if I do it without camera?
Yeah, but perhaps we can turn the camera on or not. Can you?
I have to go to my settings, so I have to leave the meeting.
Why don't you do that? Just go away and then come back, and then perhaps I talk with somebody else, and then after that talk with you.
Yeah, perfect. Okay,
great.
Thanks.
Wonderful. See you soon.
See you soon.
Yeah. Anybody else that wants to share, wants to ask, wants to be quiet, sing a song? Being left now. Nobody. We just talked with Sabina. Let's see if she works. Yeah, Sabine, just go for it.
Yeah.
Great. Good to see
Hi.
you.
Good to see you. Yeah, it felt like today the talk was like, especially for me, so appropriate to my situation. And I decided on Wednesday that I'm gonna quit my yoga school, yoga practice. So it's a big decision, and I feel a big relief about it on one hand, and something very liberating, because it's been for so long a struggle with my health and all kinds of other things. And I do also feel a lot of worry about it, about when to tell my students and how to deal with everything. And yeah, so one moment I feel relaxed and happy, and the other moment I feel yeah, restless. And yeah, so I really heard what you said, and then I'm going to practice that the next coming days to rest back also and take moments for that and walk in nature. And yeah.
Good. So it's really landed, huh?
Yeah, well, that's a strange thing. I think it landed, the decision landed, but I didn't land in the decision yet.
So yeah, you're on your way.
Yeah. And I often think I value other people's experiences and feelings a lot. So that's one of the things that I'm a bit worried about. Telling the people in my lessons about it. And I feel that I want to stop quite soon also. So I'm a bit afraid of their reaction. Some people are already for a long time in my lessons, and yeah. So.
Let's play with it right now for a moment, just to have all those thoughts here, worries here around what will my student think about it. I feel relief, and I need to take care of all these people, and just have this all here in front of you. And rest back. Just feel kind of the wall behind you, holding you.
Yeah. I'm actually with the iPad in my hand, so it's a bit difficult to rest. But
yeah. And just feel your breath. Just feel your breath breathing your body. Feel your head resting against the wall.
Yeah, I feel emotion coming up also.
Yeah, so let it flow. Let the emotion come up. Keep resting back. Let the emotion come. Needs the free way. Yeah, just to be experienced.
Yeah, there's so much feelings and thoughts, and yeah. It's been such a long...
And that's okay. You don't have to fix that. It's normal. It's just normal. All these thoughts and feelings, since they want to be themselves. You want to be yourself. These thoughts just want to be thoughts. And all these ponderings, they want to ponder. So keep on just resting back to the best of your abilities and let all this happen. Yeah. Let it do. Needs to do what it does. You don't have to take care of it. Just wants to be itself. Just feel your head touching the wall. Feel your sits bones touching the seat. Yeah. Just a deep allowance.
There's so much unknown yet also. And I really like that in the way you describe how you take big decisions, because it comes to me sometimes in the same way. During a dream or a vision or a conversation, I suddenly realize.
Yeah.
But there's so much unknown, and I always value that so much in when you speak, that you trust the unknown so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I really would like to do that too.
Yeah. Well, you're on your way. And I just got reminded of a beautiful sharing that a friend of mine did. He shared how, I think some years ago, I can't remember when it happened for him. He lives in Europe, and when he would go to certain places, when he would go home, there would be thick mist in the air. Like you can barely see, you can basically not see the car in front of you unless you go so close. And so he said that whenever he would drive home, when he would go to this particular thing and this mist would be there, at one day, he said, I was just only looking at the white lines that are in the middle of the road, and that would guide me where to go. And he said, then it came to me, he said, it's kind of really driving in the unknown. Like life is the unknown, and the mist is the unknown, is the mystery. And then we go one stripe that's on the road, one at a time. You cannot look further. You can only be here where this line is right now. And then, in a minute is the next line and the next line. And I thought that was just such a beautiful metaphor when he shared that. So, that's a learning of how to trust the unknown, that it is in the mist, we just don't know. Can you trust the magic of that? And it will be revealed in the right time. And trusting this process of unwinding, like, oh, I want to take care of everyone. Like, oh, I feel such relieved. Oh gosh, I really want to stop tomorrow already, in a way. It's like, is that really okay that I do this? And these people will be okay? Everybody will be okay. They will survive. They won't die. Perhaps they will be touched and sad and everything. You don't have to solve it. Let them have their experience.
Good,
so it's like all these different parts. It's a wonderful learning to find out.
Yeah, I often feel responsible for others, which makes it more complicated.
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful metaphor. And the finance thing is also really like, how am I going to do that? But after you said this, I kind of feel less worry. So
something relaxed a little bit.
Yeah.
So play with that. Really play with that.
Yeah. I will.
Let me know how it goes. I've been really curious when this would happen. So
really?
It
took a long time, huh?
No, it's perfect timing. I feel it's perfect timing.
Yeah, I have a little bit of a judgment that it took a bit too long. Yeah.
So put it in the stew too. Let it stew.
Yeah.
Let it unwind. So beautiful. It's good to go through this process before you tell people.
Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Marlies.
Yeah, great to see you, Sabine.
Yeah, great to see you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Hope to see you in Holland. Mm-hmm.
Ja, dat hoop ik ook. Ik hoop dat het kan.
Yeah. Okay. So anybody else? So it's when you rest back, you give space to yourself, and you give space to whatever else is here. We don't have to suppress anything. We don't have to hold on to anything unless we want to do that. Go ahead. Let it do what it needs to do. We all want to be ourselves. Sad also wants to be sad. Happy wants to be happy. The aches in our bodies. Can you let it ache without immediately thinking, oh, I need to take a pill, or I need to do something? Yeah, do something. Rest back. Do that. It's your gold mine, really. It's your gold mine. You are that gold. You are pure gold. That's what you are. So pure. Okay, anybody else that wants to share or ask a question? Please, love to hear from you. Karen.
There we go. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We cannot see you.
Okay, that's good.
Are you scared that we will see you?
Yeah, that's okay. I just wanted to let you know how grateful I am when you were, I'm always learning from you, and I always have this sense when you share, how you let go and trust. And all of a sudden it hit me today. It's like, gosh, I went through Catholic schools when I was younger. And after that, we're still hearing just trust, have faith, but nobody's ever done what you do, which is to demonstrate it, what that's like. Because, it's just a word to trust in, all these years. But I just want you to know how grateful I am. It has helped me so much for, to hear what your experience is with that. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Karen.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing. We're all here to support each other. Sure. Anybody else? Yes. Maria.
Hi, Marlies. Ciao.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I cannot see you. Your video.
So it's good. Yeah.
Now I can see.
Yeah.
Yes. Hi, Maria.
Ciao. What you say before, it really hit something so simple, like you just sit, even for 2 minutes, you stop and you just listen. Because I see myself, just a little story. I started at you, Marlies. We had the same, my first teacher. We have Osho in common. Mm-hmm. And that's why I feel a connection with you. And I was so immature when I went there, and maybe I still am. And then all these years, it seems to me that I've been standing by, it just, how I have not been feeling all the flame that was inside that is lit up with Osho. And I don't know, I cannot say. And I see myself now in this, the last year, stuffing myself with internet and video and this and this and that. And just it came to me when you say that that maybe I don't want to feel the pain that is inside, you know, maybe the fear that is inside, the fear of death, it's like that if I stop, yeah, I may feel all that. This will all overwhelm me, and yeah, and there is no trust. That there has been always my problem in life. There is no trust, and that's why maybe I'm just trying to grasp, and yeah, as I say, stuffing myself with information, with teaching, and just this. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that, and to see what it's like even now while you're speaking. Just resting back in your chair. Yes, like that.
Yeah.
Just all this stuffing and what you stuff yourself with, you know, I think it's familiar for almost everyone here. So it comes really from a good place, you know. We want to know, we want to learn, we want to be free. But sometimes we overload ourselves as there's no space for us to actually be free. And just feel this resting back in the midst of all of this here. Just notice what can you trust right now?
Maybe just this very tiny little voice inside, little that called me back home.
Yeah. So acknowledge that tiny little voice that's calling you back home. Savor that. Go listen to that tiny little voice, because that's how it starts for most. Just feel that, listen to that. You know you can trust that tiny little voice. You can feel it, huh? That touches. Like coming home, huh?
Yeah, after having getting lost and lost and lost so many times, so long.
So just know that home is always here and always available. And the beauty of tasting that taste of home. You for sure will get lost again. You don't have to worry about it. But just know, take that breath and relax back, rest back. Yes. So then you have space for yourself to feel this. Feel you.
Yeah, this has been always the most difficult thing, also to just rest back. So simple, but and relax.
Yeah. And I can tell you, Maria, that's the hardest thing for, I would say, 99.9% of the people, because we're not trained that way. We train to do, go, 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 and now even more with all this technology. And it also keeps us away from that core, deepest core fear of death and separation. Because the moment we truly stop, be still, you feel yourself, and then often in the core of almost every human is this core fear. Separation. And we all run away from it till we don't. Daring to feel that sense of separation. Death. Because you will die how you know yourself to be. And of course, at some point, our beautiful bodies will drop. And something also here in how we know ourselves to be, that will die too. But it takes courage to stop and be still and feel how not calm you are. Stop, rest back, you want to be calm, but something is screaming like, ah! You know, and then it's like, okay, let's go to the computer again. I just want more teaching, more this. No, this is good, because when we stop, rest back, of course the screaming will be here. It's loud. It's trying to get our attention. Let it scream. Rest back to the best of your ability. Let it scream. Then the screaming can come a little softer and softer, so you can hear more deeply what's actually going on, what's needed. And so it's beautiful that you share, you know, the learning to trust. Just that little voice, can you just trust that? That's a start. And even ask yourself, can I trust this? Let's just rest back. What would it be like if I would trust this? How would my life be? How would my life be if I turn off computer and phone off for a whole week? You know, perhaps that's a little too scary. One day, just take a day. Nothing. No computer, no phone, no nothing. See what happens. The wonderful exploration doesn't mean it's always comfortable. It isn't. Life isn't always comfortable. Life sucks sometimes. Painful. And it's amazing. It's beautiful. It's so radiant and alive and real. When we are willing to receive that realness. How will you know? Coming more to life, huh? Really, just feel how more space is coming in.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Great to see you, Maria. So anybody else that wants to share, or ask a question, or anything? Welcome, Merit. Great to see you. Yeah, Christina.
Hi,
Hi.
can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
I want to share or talk about grief.
Mhm.
it's something that has been very present for me for the last couple of weeks. And the discovering of its beauty and sweetness. And yet it's so painful.
Mm.
And it is as if, it's not as if, that's how it is for me. The more I embrace it, the more I open, the more I stay,
Mm-hmm.
the more I rest, and the more I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
The beauty is even greater.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very loving mother. I feel moved by it. It is as if I'm discovering something more deeply. Or if it doesn't feel right to say it like that, it feels better maybe to say something is more deeply being recognized or met, felt, expressed.
Alive.
Yes, but it's so tender, tender as in gentle tender.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's also very painful. But there's a discovering that as this pain is being embraced, is embraced, the beauty, the sweetness, the gentle softness is coming more to light. It's becoming more prominent. It's becoming bigger. It is as if the pain is an opportunity, a doorway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I never thought I would say that.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes I can, and it's been very present for me, the constant, where do I want to rest? Because I can tell that sometimes there's the attraction to stay in the pain and the contraction, but not from that neutral verticality, that spaciousness. And yet when it's even the pain, then is the opportunity to notice the spaciousness. Am I making sense?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's, as you say, it's the doorway in. The doorway into your own shrine, into your own beauty of that depth. And grieving, it comes from the core of your soul.
Yeah.
Let that, and when you take it as a doorway, I'm just really repeating what you're saying. It's your experience. So let yourself be taken to this deeper depth, this deeper taste. It's endless. It will never stop.
Mm.
And in a way, kind of being broken free from anything that's not you. Grief or pain or can be an incredible doorway in, as pleasure can be too.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
So just keep staying with it and savoring that goodness of the experience, savoring that in your body being. It's nourishing.
It is very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what I find most surprising.
Yeah.
It's utterly loving and beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Wonderful. It's like what I spoke about the mist, before. It's like the inner mist. You go in more and more and more, following that thread while you're really here.
Yeah. I'm noticing also that the more the resting is in the what I call the verticality, because that's how it feels. There's a verticality to it. The neutrality of everything is noticed, but the kind of then the melting happens by itself. It's happening.
Exactly.
It's very effortless. It's effortless.
It is.
It's very easy.
Yes. Yes, because you've taken your hands off.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's the noticing. When I notice a tension and a contraction, I know that's kind of the barometer to notice that striving is here. Whereas if there is that even the body changes,
Mm-hmm.
and then the effortlessness does everything. Yeah.
Let live, let be, let live.
It is very beautiful. I know I've said it before, but that's, I feel like a child. Because it's just so, and a mother at the same time.
Right. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thanks so much for sharing.
Thank you.
I think that's the beauty of spirituality, this combination, exactly what you described. You become more free, you become more childlike, and simultaneously become, let's call it, more wise. You become more connected with the heart wisdom, and with the childlikeness, aliveness. I'm not talking about childish, but childlike, a live kid. You bring those together. It's like a healthy parenting, you would say. Very beautiful. That wholeness. Anybody else? Welcome to the latecomers. Yeah, we changed the time an hour early. Yeah, Jenny.
Hi.
Hi.
I just wanted to say out loud something that came to me just from the experience of being here today, which was that when I first arrived, that just something, as soon as I came into the meeting, something really let go, and my system recognized kind of quality of relaxation, which was really lovely. And then I started to feel very, very tired and lots of yawning, and which is familiar for me over the last while, really, quite some time, to just keep feeling really tired. And I've had this curiosity about a pattern of kind of picking up, over empathizing with people and picking up kind of whatever feelings, sensations that maybe aren't mine to feel. And something you said about really going to the fear of our separation and just kind of really meeting that. I think there's a really strong relationship for me around not quite being able to fully meet that in myself, and instead looking outside of me. And in doing that, picking up other people's content as a way of avoiding really meeting the kind of core terror of separation. And it all just feels very connected, like the tiredness, that, you know, the need for others, like coming into the meeting, and the need for the connection in order to feel able to drop more fully. And it's just such a paradox to need connection in order to really go to that core stuff. But in being in connection, feeling stuff that is then getting in the way of going there. So I'm just kind of seeing it a bit more clearly, I think, like the patterning that I have around that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brings you more to yourself then, eh? It just
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of, it's a bit thinky, like, because I'm kind of I'm not working it out, I'm piecing it together a little bit mentally. But I think that's helpful sometimes for me. And, you know, when I get very tired, it activates lots of anxieties.
What is the fear?
That the tiredness won't go, that I won't be able to give into it fully, and it will just increase and increase.
What would happen when it would increase?
I wouldn't be able to do anything. Yeah.
Stay with that. What would happen? You cannot do anything.
Yeah, I just have to kind of give up.
What would happen when you give up?
I really don't know.
I feel that. I don't know. And simultaneously, just how the tears are here, because that's what's covering. Yeah, just let that flow.
Pardon?
Let that flow.
Yeah. Yeah.
To see if you can let that flow while there's something also resting back.
Yeah.
Just having both here. You don't have to stop the flow. Give it space to let it flow.
I can really feel the kind of movement to just want to hold on and to cling.
Yeah. So see that movement, see that happening, and resting back. Just resting back. Let it all happen. It's just unfolding. It shifts a little bit, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just notice how quite naturally more peace comes in while still unfolding in your humanity.
Yeah, and there's more space around not knowing. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I can feel all the old strategies kind of like rising up like voices of kind of wanting to grasp and wanting to pull connection in. And but there is more space around them. They
Yeah.
kind of feel just like old voices, really.
Right. Yeah. Wonderful. So be that space.
Yeah.
You are that space. Sitting back, you are. So let those voices do whatever they need to. Brings even more space. Huh?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I actually really love not knowing. There's a quality, and it's not that I practice it all the time. I really don't. But when I'm in touch with it, it's such a relief to just, I don't know, and that's okay. And it feels so honest,
Yes.
and freeing, and it's okay. Like not needing to.
That's it. Because you will know when you need to know.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that thing of handing over, that's something I want to invite more, like a capacity to remember that there's something bigger to hand over decisions and choices. Thank you.
Thank you too. Again, can you see it's actually really simple? And we need to do it. We need to take that dare in a way. We need to dare to take that step. I stop, be still. I'm not still. I just stop. Even if you're not still immediately, just stop. That's the first step. Just stop. Simple. Simple is not always easy. And it is very simple. Anybody else that wants to share or ask a question, I'd love to hear from you. Yes, Elizabeth.
I think I mainly just want to say how beautiful. I feel so I guess inspired, and the simplicity of it feels so well. It's meeting me where I know I'm actually playing with this already. I wouldn't have had the words you had, but and I guess what I'm aware of is the habit of, I guess I call it fear, is just so trained. And I loved what you said about unlearning, trusting upstairs
Mhm.
and trusting downstairs. So, and I guess the other thing I'm aware of is how when I feel, as I'm feeling like through other people sharing and what you've shared, there's an expansion and that inspiration. And I'm also where I want to grasp onto that, it's almost like you were talking about that fear of that core place of death, actually is the word that really resonates for me. It's like that place of wanting to grasp the teaching in a certain way. So got it all handled. And so I feel I also want to. I feel like an element for me that's important is to invite mercy, just I guess mercy, kindness, because of the forgetting and completely taken. And I guess there's just from suffering, the longing for freedom or relief is so strong that in a way I can probably run from the present, just let it, again, just come back. Even with that, it's like that fearful place. It's like, I guess it's like that part that wants to be in control. Like I'll have all the answers so I can awaken or
Right.
something.
Let me know when you found them. Love to know.
Yeah. So just kind of keep, resting back from it all. So anyway, thank you so much. It was just very beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks so much for sharing this, Elizabeth. Beautiful to hear and feel you experience.
Yeah, thanks.
Gosh, it is time already. Time flies. So, I hope this was good for you. Play with it. Take it to heart. Don't believe me. Play with it for yourself and find out. It's the most important. Not to really, as I see it, not to believe anybody really, till it's your own experience, till you know in your experience, like, oh yeah, I have that too. Like, no, it's different. And then daring to trust that, no matter what anybody says. It's a wonderful invitation. Till we meet again. Much, much love. Thank you.